because they found
Why
this
was
thing
she in the ice?
She was interviewing the ice.
Oh,
and
she was interviewing the ice. Hey girl, what you doing? Hey girl, where you going? Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
It's Jordan.
DeSantis.
Hey everybody, welcome
Hello.
back to my channel. This is my brother Trey. He's been on my channel a couple times, but he's here today as our DC Universe specialist. I don't want to have to choose between DC and Marvel because I just like superheroes, but I do know a lot more about Marvel, and I think it's pretty undisputed that their cinematic universe is far superior.
Yeah.
Trey likes DC more. He reads their comics, he does all their stuff. So today what we're doing is he is going to quiz me on the plot lines of the DCEU movies.
In order.
In order that they were released, and please don't hate me. I promise I've seen them. I just, you know, some of the plot lines were a little bit convoluted. It's been a couple years since I may have seen some of these movies, so we'll see. I don't know.
First one, Man of Steel.
Ooh, I remember seeing this in theaters.
Me too.
Oh, I have to say the plot. I totally forgot what we were doing. So Man of Steel is obviously about Superman. It's his origin story, but only sort of kind of, I think.
No, it is.
Oh, it's his origin story, okay. Well, I know that it starts out with Russell Crowe. He's on Krypton as it is blowing up, as Superman often begins, and I know that he sends him away with the code to how they cloned Kryptonians. Is that what it was? In his DNA.
Yeah.
So he had the clone DNA in the baby Superman. Whoosh! Off to Earth he went, crashed in Martha, that's her name. His mother crashed in Martha's yard. They do a little kid scene. Am I remembering that correct? They have a scene of him young.
Yeah,
Oh, and then his dad dies in a twister, and he didn't save him because his dad didn't want him to reveal that he was Superman, which made me so angry.
He actually doesn't get a job at the Daily Planet until the very end.
Oh, I did not know that. How does he meet Lois Lane then?
Remember, because his ship is in the ice, and so she goes there to report because they found
Why
this
was
thing
she in the ice?
She was interviewing the ice.
Oh,
and
she was interviewing the ice? What?
well, she's an investigative reporter, so she
was
just
investigating
followed
the
the
ice.
military to this weird thing that they found underneath the ice.
It was his ship?
Yeah.
Was it his ship? I thought his ship was in his barn.
No, well, that was his ship, but there's another ship that is his father's, and he's in there, and the ship tries to kill Lois Lane, and he saves her.
Oh, neat. Totally forgot about all of that. He is Superman when this movie is happening.
Well, no.
Oh, God, I just don't remember. I remember the end. I remember that Zod shows up and he's like, Earth must die so Krypton can live. And it gave me so much anxiety because I was like, why not just live together?
Well, it starts with him not being able to show his powers because that's what
His dad
Jonathan
said.
Kent said. He finds that ship and gets the suit and starts training and is out in the Arctic just trying to fly and stuff, and he eventually becomes Superman, but he doesn't really do anything.
Okay, so they got out of the Phantom Zone. I totally missed that part. They come to Earth, and I think they came to Earth because they tracked Superman's ship, and then they were like, we need the key to rebuild Krypton, and there's these weird globe-like egg babies on this ship that all get destroyed as Zod is like picking up lots of ground and slamming it into the ground and making flat surface for the new Krypton to rise. Lois Lane ends up on the alien ship with Superman, and she's got a weird mask on, and they're all like, human, you're weird. And then she ends up talking to Superman's dad somehow through the supercomputer of the ship, and she's like, I have learned how to fix this because they've got ships on both sides of the world, and they're just like, and then Superman uses all his strength from the sun to drive straight through the one through, and he defeats them, and they win.
Yep, and he kills
Oh yeah, that was really emotional. I was like, this is the agony I live for.
Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Oh boy. Well, Batman doesn't like Superman because of what happened in Man of Steel. because I think somebody Batman liked died, which is sad. So he's like set out to destroy him, and somehow Lex Luthor comes into play and is like,
let me whisper all this corruption in your ear and cause all these problems with the superheroes so I can do whatever the heck I want with Zod's ship.
and then he makes Doomsday, and Superman and Batman fight, and Wonder Woman shows up. She showed up just to be like, excuse me, why are you boys fighting? Gosh, I really don't remember whose side she was on. Probably Superman's. And then Batman's getting ready to kill Superman, and Superman says, Martha, save Martha. And that worked. He said, oh, he did not kill Superman. Lois Lane is drowning. You know, that was his mother's name, so I understand why it had such an emotional impact, but I also was like, that's so silly.
Well, now that you think about it, Bruce Wayne definitely didn't call his mom Martha, he called her mom. So.
Right. By the time all the superheroes decide they're not going to kill each other, Doomsday shows up because Lex Luthor, psycho by the way, was making him out of Zod's corpse. Superman kills Doomsday and dies doing it because of the kryptonite spear, and that is the end, I believe.
Yep.
Why was Wonder Woman there?
She was there because they needed to introduce her, and they needed to introduce all of the rest of the Justice Leaguers, and
Oh, right!
she wasn't on anybody's side, actually. She showed up once they had teamed up.
Oh.
Then,
Whoops.
yeah. Next one is Suicide Squad.
Okay, so listen, I know everybody hated this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing it in theaters.
Yeah.
But I do not know what the heck the plot was. They were after the witch, which was Cara Delevingne. I said her name so wrong, I think.
No, I think that's actually right.
Oh, cool. The Enchantress, June Moon. Is that her name?
I know it's June.
It's June Moon! You know, the Suicide Squad is the team of bad guys who get sent on missions because nobody cares if they die. And it's Harley Quinn and Deadshot and the Australian Boomerang.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang. I know somebody dies right in the
Killer
beginning.
Croc.
Oh yeah, Killer Croc and the
Katana.
Flame guy. Oh, she's cool. Yeah, so anyway, I like the characters that they put in Suicide Squad, and I know Rick Flag is supposed to be in charge of them, but let's be honest, he has no power besides the fact that he can blow them up. And I believe...
Really, that's Amanda Waller's power.
Yeah. And then they went off to fight the Enchantress, who was acquiring bodies, and there was a big beacon of light in the sky, and then they beat her.
Yeah, basically, well, she resurrected her brother.
Oh yeah, that did happen. I was thinking of him in my brain the whole time I was talking about this. I just didn't say it because it was that weird subway scene where he had like tentacles and like consumed mass from others. It was strange.
Yeah. Next is Wonder Woman.
Oh, I love Wonder Woman. But we're not talking about my opinions, we're just talking about the plot line. Wonder Woman, the first one takes place during World War I.
Yeah.
We get to see Wonder Woman grow up a little bit because again, origin stories, you have to see them as kids. They've been told about Ares, how he creates corruption amongst men, and Steve Trevor, he flies his plane away from the Germans and ends up in Themyscira, which is like, whoa, because there's just a secret world full of women warriors, which is the coolest thing in the world. And he shows up on the beach, Germans are there shooting guns, and the Amazons, well, they take him out, but not without losing people, which was really sad. Didn't the general die?
Yep.
It was so freaking sad. Princess Bride, down, up.
No, wait. Robin Wright is in The Princess Bride?
Yes.
Oh.
He's obviously smitten with Wonder Woman, and she's fascinated by him because he's a man, and that is very foreign and strange. And she's like, you're having a war? Well, that must be Ares. I have the god killer weapon, or so she thinks. I'm gonna go to Earth, I'm gonna kill Ares and stop your war. So I was like, okay, cool, that'd be nice. So she fights, makes friends, and realizes that the sword is not the weapon, she is. And Ares is Remus Lupin from Harry Potter, and she kills him. And that is the end. Oh, and Steve Trevor dies.
Yep. Justice League.
I saw this movie in theater once, and I have not seen it all the way through since. I know that there are mother boxes. The Justice League all comes together. I have no idea how. Well, they're not even friends, because I remember they were not very friendly towards each other, nor did they want to be a team. Batman is old and edgy. Somehow, Cyborg was created from the same technology from the boxes, so he has a link to them, so he's useful. Superman's dead, so that's a big problem, because they don't have a beacon of hope. The world is crumbling for some reason. This guy with horns.
Steppenwolf.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Steppenwolf.
Steppen.
Oh.
Like the band.
He's after these mother boxes to redeem himself, I believe. One was left with the Atlanteans, one was left in Themyscira, and one was with man. They revive Superman. It's a problem because he doesn't remember who he is. The bad guy gets all of the boxes. Superman flies in the sky with Lois Lane, and gosh. I have no idea what happens next. But I do know that Steppenwolf works for Darkseid. And he is a big bad. How did it end? It looked like Chernobyl, where he had combined all of the boxes, and again, just with energy beams and like lava on the floor with the scary bugs. And I think they all went there to fight him. And I assume that they won.
Well, they won. The monsters that he has feed off fear, and so then he got really afraid, and so they were like, no, I'm gonna kill you.
That's scary. What happened to the mother boxes?
They stayed.
What? Where?
Cyborg and Superman broke them apart, and so I think they kept them, and Steppenwolf ran away.
Great. Can't wait to see the Snyder Cut, and I mean that seriously.
Yep, hopefully it is better. Aquaman.
Okay, Aquaman is another origin story. He lived on land. His mother was from Atlantis. His father was from land. They had a child of both worlds. She had to go home because they were like,
You traitor!
so she had to leave him, and he always felt betrayed and hated Atlantis because they stole and murdered his mother, so he believes. Long story short, he gets raised by the Green Goblin. He finally goes to Atlantis because the red-haired girl, Mira, Mira comes and is like, you are the rightful king. Our soon-to-be king is corrupt. Please come help Atlantis. So he's like, sure, okay. He challenges his half-brother and loses and would have died had Mira not saved him. And then they went on this quest to find the trident of some old guy that would give him the power to rule all of the seas. And then they ended up in a place, and he calmed a kraken. Was it a kraken? Big sea beast that guarded the trident. He said, let me use my magic animal powers to calm you.
Well, hold on. You skipped the whole part of how they got there.
Well, that's not important.
You forgot the part that his mom was dead, and then they find her.
I said she was dead, and I was getting there because he has to get he has to get past the monster to get to his mom.
No, there's the trench monsters that he gets past to get to his mom, and then enters in.
Oh, so in my brain, I wasn't there yet.
Okay.
Yes, that he thought his mother was murdered. The trench monsters were the scary monsters that attacked the boat. And then he gets to where his mother is alive. It's a very sweet reunion, and then he calms the scary beast and gets the trident. Meanwhile, everyone is fighting and planning to take over the land. They don't like the people on land because they're people on land. Then Aquaman shows up and they kick butt and save the day.
Yeah.
And he becomes king of Atlantis.
Yeah. Next one, Shazam.
Shazam is literally about a, what is he, 12, 14?
Right around there.
About a 14-year-old boy who is pure of heart, and an old wizard chooses him to have his power, and when he says Shazam, he becomes Zachary Levi. And then there's this other guy who got power the wrong way, and they fight.
And then there's some moral stuff in there.
Yeah, you know, be a good person.
Yeah.
And then all the kids get power.
Yeah, they become the Shazam family.
Yep.
Birds of Prey.
Oh, Birds of Prey is Harley Quinn kicking butt, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and, you know, Ewan McGregor being a very good villain. Crazy. What is he, the Black Mask who peels off people's faces? That is messed up. I did not expect to see someone's face peeled off. Oh, some kid swallows a diamond that has like all of these codes, and it all circles around that. Did her hyena die when they came after her? Because that made me really sad.
Oh, I think it blew up in the house, yeah.
Yeah. The Huntress having zero social skills was hilarious. Gosh, what even else happens? All of the bad guys show up and they fight all the girls. I've never seen so many knees broken.
The girl who can scream.
Black Canary.
Yeah, Black Canary.
Yeah, Harley didn't want to kill the girl, but Ewan McGregor's character did. And then he fell off a bridge and blew up.
Yeah.
I skipped the most important thing that happened in the movie. Harley Quinn and the Joker broke up.
Yeah.
And then she blew up a factory, and it was awesome.
And the last one is Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay, so if you haven't seen it, click off now because spoilers. Honestly,
This one's actually pretty complicated.
it's just a Hallmark movie.
It's plot holes.
I liked this movie very much. It's 1984. People are wearing fun exercise clothes. The mall has begun. She is saving people but destroying all the cameras so nobody knows that it's her, and she works at the Smithsonian. Kristen Wiig's character is a sweet, nerdy woman who is wonderful, and I loved Barbara. And then they find this stone that if you make a wish, it comes true. So people started making wishes, and it, you know, obviously caused problems. The Mandalorian showed up, was a businessman who I felt really bad for. I really really, his character really pulled on my heartstrings, but that's not what we're talking about. He became the wishing stone. When Wonder Woman realized this, she looked at this ring that said something about a god that we never talk about again. Barbara becomes Cheetah. Wonder Woman's losing her powers because Steve Trevor has been reborn in another man's body, which is weird, but whatever. Literally the line that I think sums up the movie is like, I should probably figure out how a stone brought my boyfriend back from the dead. And he ends up using the broadcast system to broadcast all over the world. People make wishes, people are dying, and then Wonder Woman uses the lasso of truth to speak very quietly from a corner on the floor to tell people to renounce their wishes, and he renounces his wish before everybody renounced their wishes, I feel like. So what the heck would even happen then? I don't know, but I don't think Cheetah renounced her wish. It's really funny because like I enjoyed the movie, but could I explain the plot to you? Probably not.
Like,
it was so fun though!
Yeah, there was plot lines that happened and then they just never ended.
We're just here to see if I know the plot of DC movies, and I think it's pretty obvious that I don't.
You know pretty well.
Oh, thank you! There's no hate here. The plots were a little confusing sometimes, and I know more about other things than I do about this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment below what you guys thought. I had a lot of fun making this video because I think it's funny to laugh at this kind of stuff. It's just so much more fun to laugh than to get upset. But you know, if you get me started on the Star Wars sequel, I don't laugh, I get upset. Subscribe for more content like this, and I love you 3000 lovelies.
Bye.
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
It's Jordan. Special thanks to my brother for helping me with this video. If you click right here, sorry, it's gonna cover your face.
Okay.
There's my most recent upload, and this is the one, this one, like over here, is the one that YouTube thinks is best for you. So check it out and subscribe. And that's the end.